ago I had updated a video with regards to my first planted aquarium, and I thought of making another video in detail, like what are the plants that has been used, the substrate and the tank dimensions. So without further delay, let's go ahead and check out the video. So speaking about the tank dimensions, this is a 3 feet aquarium, 3 feet in length, 1 feet in width and 1.5 feet in height. So that was all about the specifications, I mean the tank dimensions. Now let's check the substrate that has been used in my aquarium. I have used a black soil. I prefer using black soil. Looks very beautiful, fine crystal. If you could see, I have created a layer, a big 5-inch layer. The reason I have done this is because the roots really grow long and they need space to grow. That's the reason I have put a lot of sand so that the roots can kind of grow, and which in turn gives a very beautiful plant. So I have just sprinkled aqua soil in some parts of my aquarium where there are plants, not all over my aquarium, but just some parts of my aquarium where there are plants. And the rest of the aquarium is been covered with the black sand. So this was all about the substrate. Now let's go ahead and check out the plants. The very first plant that we are looking at is the cryptocorean green. Again, very hardy plant. This plant grows in substrate, the aqua soil, the sand, or in the gravel. Very hardy plant. The next plant I would like to talk about is the Anubias. Anubias is very popular amongst the hobbyists, and indeed is my favorite. Now Anubias is supposed to be planted on the driftwood or else on the stone. We are not supposed to plant it in the soil because there is something called as a rhizome, which is not supposed to be kind of buried in the soil, because eventually the plant dies if we do so. So it is always advisable that we plant it on the driftwood or on the stone. We can simply glue it or tie it with an thread, and it grows beautiful. The next plant that I have used in my aquarium is the Amazon sword. Again, a beautiful plant, which is usually used at the background of the aquarium so that it covers your back of the aquarium. I like the plant; it's beautiful, so I thought of placing it in the front so that it looks beautiful. Again, this plant grows well in soil and in gravel and in aqua soil as well. So very hardy plant. The next plant that I have used is the Java fern, which is again placed on the wood. I have the narrow leaf Java fern as well, which is used as the mid crown plant. The next plant in my aquarium is the giant grass. Not sure if you could see it. I have placed it on the background. So these are the leaves of the giant grass, which has covered all my aquarium. The next plant that I have used is the Anubias. Yes, this is Anubias. Not sure what's the name of this species, but it's an Anubias, but there's something called as there's some specific name for this plant. I don't really remember. If you guys remember the name of the plant, please do comment below. So again, very beautiful plant, low light, low tech plant. You can place it on the background. It covers full of your aquarium. Very beautiful. Alright, these are the plants that I have been used in my aquarium, and there is this LED planted LED that has been used. I found it in Amazon. I got it from Amazon. Earlier I used to use this floodlight, which is I believe of 30 watt, but it used to generate a lot of heat. That's the reason I discontinued and then switched on to planted LED lights. There are two filters which are running in this aquarium. One is the hang on the back. This is RS2000. Another one is the power head filter, which is not usually recommended for planted tank, but because this uproots your plants. I have used it in a specific way. If you could see, I have placed the filter upside down. The reason being, like, there is something which comes on the layer of the water, that is the biofilm, which comes on the upper layer of the water. So if you could see, the suction point is on the top, so that usually sucks the biofilm which comes on the top of the tank, and the power, I mean the head through which the oxygen comes, I have placed it to the wall, I mean to the wall of the aquarium, so that the plants doesn't get damaged and the water circulates all over my aquarium. So these are the two filters that I have used. Now let's have a look at the fishes in my aquarium. So the very first fish we are looking at is the Australian rainbow. Very beautiful fish. This was quite small when I got it. Now it's grown very big. Look at its tail, it's red in color, and then the purplish body. Beautiful. There are two of them. This is another one. Next fish is the Bosmani rainbow. Again, beautiful fish which is usually used in the planted aquarium. The next fish in my aquarium is the glowfish. Now this fish comes in different color, like say red, pink, yellow, and electric green. I preferred yellow fish because most of my aquarium is covered with green plants, so I thought of using something different. So yellow was a good addition to my tank. Next fish in my aquarium is the golden barb. Again, the next fish we have is the glow light tetras. The one with the orange strip. There are 6 of them. Most of them are hiding. The next fish is the emperor tetra, black emperor tetra. This is another one, the black emperor tetra. Alright, the next fish is the cherry barbs, red in color. Beautiful fish. Next fish we do have is like the zebra fish. This is the leopard zebra. There is a leopard like texture on the body of this fish. Very fast swimming fish, doesn't really get captured in the camera. Alright, the next fish we have is the Odissi barb. This is the Odissi barb. Nice red strip going over its body. Next fish we have is the rainbow, the neon rainbow. There are 4 of them. There's another one. The next fish is the mountain minnows. Which usually stays on the top of the aquarium, top layer of the aquarium. There are 5 of them. The red tail, the golden strip running to its body. It's a beautiful fish. The next fish is the neon zebra. Here it comes. Alright, these are the fishes that I do have in my aquarium. There is hill stream loach as well, but not sure, it's hiding somewhere. There is an Narite snail over here. These guys have laid, the Narite snail has laid eggs. You could see the white spots over there on the driftwood. These are the eggs which has been placed by the Narite snail. Now it's very difficult to hatch them because they need salted water. So not sure if they could hatch. Let's see if we have a luck. This is the chakar barb. So all in all, a community fish tank. So most of them are tetras, so and rainbows. Makes a good community fish tank. Now the light that I have used is the LED light. Which is decent. Now what do I do to maintain this aquarium? Now what I do is like 30% of water change weekly and 4 hours of light every day, and I use this fertilizer from ADA which says Dua. Again, this has been specially made for low light plants, which contains all the requirements for the low light plants, low tech plants. Alright, that's pretty much about it. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you guys. Thank you for watching the video. Have a